Love and Deepspace is a 3D otome game that is quite difficult to describe in just a few sentences. This game's lore includes themes like alternate timelines, reincarnation, experimentation, time travel, and more. So, you just downloaded the game and don't have a clue on what to do. Do not do anything in the game until you know what you are doing. It will save you so many headaches in the future and will prevent you from doing something that you will regret. These are common mistakes beginner Love and Deepspace players make, so you can avoid them. The first one is not doing your daily and weekly tasks. In the game, when you're doing your daily and weekly tasks, you get to level up your MC and reach to a certain level. I believe when you're just starting out, you get to level up to 50, and as you level up, you get rewards. By doing your daily tasks and reading the main story and completing achievements can help you level up your MC and earn rewards. Rewards like stamina, wishes, magnets. All these resources can help you level up everything in the game. The next one is not using your resources wisely. What I mean by not using your resources wisely is using your stamina to farm the wrong thing you need to get. So whether that's wish bottles, different stalactum shards that can help you ascend memories or level up your cards. Not just resources that you can get in the bounty hunt, this could also apply for gems. Using your red gems that are meant for your wish cards on other things. For example, poses in the shop or other accessories. Which brings me to my next point. Do not use your red gems for anything else other than limited wish cards. Why? Because if you are F2P or free to play for Love and Deepspace, farming your gems is really limited. Because if you farm using Unicorn's Operation or Abyssal Chaos, if you reach the limited level for the day, you have to wait a certain amount until it lets you clear more levels. The next mistake that new players make, including myself when I first started playing, was using your gems for wish cards on standard wishes instead of limited wishes. Why does this even matter? Because, my previous point I said use only for wish cards, right? But there's multiple ways to get standard wish cards than to just use the regular red gems. For example, when you're leveling up a card for, let's say, a 5-star card, as you level up and ascend your memories, you get a certain amount of wish cards in return for leveling up that memory. But that's not the only place where you can get standard wish cards from. You can also get them from the chocolate shop by doing your weekly tasks, other tasks when you click on your level and you get rewards in return like gems or standard wish cards. Why did I not mention the star shards? The star shards are the little shards you get for pulling, the little blue ones. Do not use those to get the wishes. Why? Because after getting a certain amount of those, you can unlock either a 5-star card or a 4-star card. Instead of wishing a bunch of times for a certain card that you want to get, you can just save up for one of the ones in that shop. Because the standard wish pool can't choose specifically what card you want you're going to get, because it's very random and you're not going to be guaranteed a card that you want. So if you're pulling in the standard wish pool, only using standard wish cards, not your gems, you can save up and get a specific card that is in that shop. Choose a main love interest. Even if you have more than one favorite love interest, it is very important to focus one account for one love interest at a time if you are a free-to-play player. Because there's only so many limited ways to farm for your resources, and it will drain your resources out. The next one is not understanding how to build a solid team if you are going to be focused on the battle portion of the game. Regardless, you still have to battle at some point, because when completing the main story, you have to do certain battles to move on with the story. You don't necessarily have to pass it with 3 stars, but if battle is something that interests you, learning how to build your companions is very helpful. If you're just starting out and wanting to build a limited companion, I would suggest trying to look into things that can help build that companion. If a companion you're wanting to build is not rerunning or it's not in the wish pool in a limited wish pool, I would suggest to farm for the resources until the rerun. At the time that I'm recording this, Infold has already reran Rafayel's 3rd myth and Xavier's 3rd myth. Next is most likely Zayne's 3rd myth. So if you're watching this and you've been wanting to get Rafayel's 3rd myth and Xavier's 3rd myth, it's a little too late and you're gonna have to wait until next year, or you can just wait until they release his 4th myth. I don't see why they would stop at a 3rd companion. They're most likely going to continue making myths for the love interests. But if you manage to get a companion, let's say King of Dark Knight, I will use him as an example because he is a companion that I own. So if you are barely starting out and wanting to build a brute force team, I would suggest looking into the shop and looking for these 2 5-star memories. Why? Because they both build off HP, and Xavier's 3rd myth companion, King of Dark Knight, also builds off HP. How do I know that? When you click on the card and click on the small icon at the bottom right, you can click on it and it'll show you all the card stats. At the bottom, it'll show you whether it's defense, attack, HP, or whatever. Building a strong brute force team can help you even if you are not matching Stalactum. Next one is protocors. So, not understanding protocors is something that is going to really drag you down, because certain protocors can help make your cards stronger. And this is not a tutorial for protocors, so I'm really not going to get too much into it, but looking for the right protocors and leveling them up can help your companion be even stronger, even if you are not battling with 5-star cards. Even if you have the card max ranked or leveled up all the way, if you don't have good protocors, it is not going to help you. Definitely look on to different apps like TikTok, Instagram for other lads creators that can definitely help you get a better understanding of protocors. The next one is more focused on Unicorn's Operation and Abyssal Chaos. So as you can see, there is a lot of levels for these 2 farming areas. Once a lot of people complete all of these levels, they stop right there. But in Unicorn's Operation and Abyssal Chaos, there is still a lot of tasks to be done, even if you reach the max level amount, and you can still get resources like gems. For example, in Abyssal Chaos, there is a list of items to collect, and for every single item you find through the different storylines, you get a certain amount of gems. And it's only a little bit, but it can still help you a lot, even if you are a low spender or a free-to-play player. Going back and getting as many gems as possible is crucial to help you farm your resources. The next one is similar to the last point I made. Now it's in a completely different feature of the game, the home system. Upon looking at the home system, you see that there is a bunch of different tasks to do, whether it's leveling up your home, collecting a bunch of plants for your garden, finding hidden tasks, and so on. Leveling up your house can help you, but focusing really on those smaller tasks can help you really add up those gems and can help you gain more for wishes you want to pull for. If you are watching this and Love and Deepspace is currently having a multi-banner and you already have the game, this can help you tremendously. So when completing the storyline for the myth, you get a certain specific currency for the shop that comes alongside the multi-banner. Completing those tasks or reading the storylines can help you gain those currency that can help you get the different rewards in the shop, like gold, ascension boxes, awakening hearts, and more. A lot of people, including myself when I first started, ignored the gold currency. When I started playing, I really didn't know what the gold currency was for until I started focusing on leveling up my love interest cards, and then I realized how important the gold was in the game. The gold is very helpful for enhancing your protocols, ascending your cards. As you level them up, never, and I mean ever, level up your 3 or 4-star cards for battle. If you're wishing to get 5-star cards for battle, do not level up your 3 and 4-star cards. These should only be for last resort and to get resources out of from. And those are the common mistakes that new Love and Deepspace players commonly make. Love and Deepspace, at the end of the day, is still a gacha game and is based on luck within your pulls. Do not be discouraged if you don't get the cards you want, because there are many resources for you to still be able to engage with the content, like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere on the internet. Of course, you deserve to still be mad, because if you're using up all your resources to get a card you didn't want, especially if you're free to play, that is still very disappointing. Which is why, if you're free to play, you need to really be considerate of what cards you want to pull for and what you don't want to. If you need more advice on how to decide whether you should pull for a certain banner or not, check out this video right here, where I use Xavier's rerun banner from a while back as an example. And just a disclaimer, be prepared to be disappointed, not only in the game, but in Fold, especially with how to farm for free-to-play players. This is because Infold just really doesn't do a good job at updating certain things that need to be updated. For example, Unicorn's operation, Abyssal Chaos, the chocolate shop, even fixing basic issues like the lighting for darker skinned players. My message for you to take away is that at the end of the day, it's just a game. It's just a game where you can engage with your favorite love interest. You can engage with them not only just through the wish cards or the limited memories. There's still really good standard memories in that you can engage with, like the tender moments, the secret times, the main stories, the bonding moments, the anecdotes, and just like the homepage of the game. But that is all for today's video. Let me know if you enjoyed, and if you have any further questions, let me know down in the comments. I will be happy to explain and help you guys if needed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.